Guys, welcome back to the Welsh Beast YouTube channel. We've got Mullin, Super Paul Mullin. Get in there, get in. What a performance by Mullin today. What a performance by Wrexham. A hat-trick for Mullin. He's a special player. He's a special player. Paul Mullin is going to go down as a Wrexham great. He's got the status now, or he will get that status, similar to Dixie McNeil, Joey Jones, Mickey Thomas. He's a bona fide Wrexham legend. He's going to go down in history as a superstar at this club. A brilliant performance from him today. A special player. A special player. That third goal, lovely. All of them lovely, but that third goal, you kind of knew what he can do. You felt it. I could feel it coming. I felt it in my bones. I mean, brilliant stuff. Wrexham have beaten Oldham 5-1 at the Racecourse. A brilliant performance. Beautiful football at times. Dominant. Absolutely dominant display. Controlled the game. They are now 100 points. They've got 100 points in the National League. They remain top by 3 points. They have a game in hand. They've scored 105 goals. It's theirs. They march on. They are marching on towards promotion. They're marching on towards the title. The machine is not slowing down. The machine cannot be stopped. Notts County are trying. They didn't play today. They played in the week. They won in the week against Oldham. They keep hanging on. But Wrexham are just too good. Wrexham have 6 games left. Notts County have 5. Both are going to clear 100 points. I believe the record is Crawley Town, 105. 105 points is the record from Crawley. But Wrexham and Notts County, 2 teams way ahead of the rest. Way ahead of Woking and Chesterfield. You know, the gap is quite dramatic. The gulf in class is just dramatic and just obvious. There's been 2 teams in this league all season. Both deserve to go up. Both are too good for this league. But it's Wrexham's. It was a sunny day in Wrexham. It was a sunny day at the Racecourse. But the weather looked warmer than it was. There was an icy breeze in the air. Icy and not very nicey. An icy chill. But my coffee was certainly a lot warmer than it looked. It must have been about 1,000 degrees. Dow Egbert's pure gold. It was pure gold. Melted down gold. Liquid gold. The hottest substance on the planet Earth. Ridiculous temperature. I could not take a drink. I could not take a drink. This is why I need water, to cool down the burning. My esophagus is still burning. My chest is still hurting. It feels like it's been kicked by Steven Seagal. What were they doing serving coffee at that temperature to members of the unsuspecting public? There must be a claim involved there. There must be a court case. But I will let them off. We've seen the company accounts this week. I'll let them off. But a red hot performance by Wrexham. A red hot performance by Mullin. Oldham offered nothing, really. You expected better. They brought a big crowd with them. About over 800 fans came. They always have good support, Oldham. They're a big club. They've played in the Premier League growing up. In the 90s, they were in the Premiership. They're a big, big club, Oldham. But like many others, have fallen down the leagues and have fallen on hard times. But you could feel it. It felt a big game. It felt a big game. It was a really red hot atmosphere. We had red hot coffee. We had red hot football. And we had red hot atmosphere. The fans were going at it. The banter was there. It felt like a cup tie. It felt like a bigger game for both teams. It felt like there was something much bigger at stake for both teams. God knows what it's going to be like a week on Monday for the showdown. April the 10th at the Racecourse, the showdown. There'll be fireworks. The Racecourse is going to come off the ground. It's going to rise into the Wrexham atmosphere. It's going to be fired up. But today was very, very fired up, to say the least. We had 6 goals. We had argy-bargy at the end. A bit of a brawl. That's what we want. We had John Rooney getting stick. What more could you ask for? The boys have done a number on Oldham. As I said, it was easy work. A hat-trick for Mullin. A goal for Owen O'Connell. And another corker for Elliot Lee. A juicy goal for Lee. Lovely and juicy. Just what you want. He scored a few like that. That is his trademark. Those curlers are his trademark. Lovely stuff. At half time you're thinking, game on here. Game on. Because where did Oldham pull that goal from? That came from nowhere. Apart from the sending off, that goal was the only thing they did. It came from nowhere. It couldn't be stopped. It was a cracker of a goal. Fair play. It couldn't be saved. Never in a month of Tuesdays can you save them goals, them shots. Just unstoppable. But it came from nowhere. But it set it up. It set up the second half for a bit of a game. And it never came. Wrexham got the third goal very early in that second half and killed it off. They just completely controlled it. They controlled the match from start to finish. They started really well. They got a relatively early goal, which they need to do. They could have had one early on. They could have had a penalty. Was it a penalty? Was it hot coffee? Yes. But there was a penalty shout. Was it a goal disallowed? I think there was. Early on. Was he offside? Was it a penalty? Wrexham were just on fire from the start. And they did get a relatively early goal. Just what they need. When they do that, they can't be stopped. But this team is just a powerhouse. And you can see Mendy was back on his game. The power was there. The ambition was there. And I think James Jones is underrated. I think he's a key player in this Wrexham team. He does his work kind of unnoticed. But in this setup, the way they float around, sort of Jones and Lee, offering support to the strikers. Dolby came in for Palmer. Dolby offers more than Palmer at this stage. He's busier, he's quicker, he closes down more. He's difficult to get to grips with. He's in better form these last 10 weeks than Palmer. Palmer is struggling. He had his goals against Dagenham and he's struggling. But I think the support the strikers have now is just so impressive. You have a look when they get forward with the wing backs, the support from Lee and Jones. There's 4 or 5 players forward. There's 4 or 5 players in that box. Tunnicliffe, Tozer and O'Connell most of the time were sitting back. The wing backs going forward. Cannon was offering protection as sort of a holding midfielder. But the firepower they have going forward is just immense. And the support they have at the back. That was a red wall today. Oldham did not have a sniff They didn't have a chance, really. Apart from a corker, a great goal out the blue. They didn't have a sniff, did they? It's such a solid setup at the back. It's working. Like I said, Tunnicliffe is a star man. He's a bruiser. They've got a fantastic balance in this team. And some of the football, again, was breathtaking. Some of, the one-touch play, the link-up play, the give and goes, the overlapping, the cutting inside. What Lee can do. Mendy can do it as well. And certainly Tunnicliffe. Not Tunnicliffe, Ryan Bannett. Because his pass for Mullin's second goal was just gorgeous. I can't remember who played it out to him. Was it Cannon or Connell? It came out, a lovely pass to Bannett, and he set off a lovely ball to Mullin to tuck away. Just a truly dominant, fantastic team performance. It's what they're doing now. Similar to York last week, similar to, Southend. Teams are coming to the Racecourse and they cannot get a chance. They can barely get a chance. They're not having a sniff of goal. You can count on one hand the amount of chances in the last 3 games at the Racecourse that the opposition have had. They can't break Wrexham down. They can't get a clean sight of goal. They're just up against a wall. They're up against a rock-solid fortress. Again, this is so impressive. Speaking today to people, they're going to survive in League 2. They're going to finish mid-table. Easy. This is a League 1 squad. This is a League 1 squad, and they will guarantee to stay up next year, and they're going to survive. They're going to do well. I'm not sure what needs to be added. That's not my job, because the signings that have been made, in January, they've taken it to a new level. The signing of Ben Foster has taken it to another level. They're not making enough signings. I don't expect Palmer to stay. Something tells me he might go, which would be a shame. Do they bring in another striker? Do they need another Mullin? Maybe so. When they get promoted, they'll have options. I don't want to see too much tinkering. But you just look at that team today, and like I said, I think Jones is underrated. He goes about his work silent but deadly. He gets on with it, a bit like Luke Young. But this squad has come on multiple times since last year. The additions in the summer, the additions throughout the season, the recent signings have all added more layers, more strength and depth. You've got a manager who is just, I think, the right man for the job. Experienced, he understands the game. He doesn't want the limelight. He's very reassuring and calm and sensible. Everything is just in place now. I couldn't find fault with him today. It was just breathtaking. It was just a dominant performance. All round, there's so many options. Again, it's just a joy to watch. There was nothing that was sloppy. There was nothing that was lazy. There was no long balls in desperation. It was just fantastic to see. It's the machine. That's my name for it. You know now I call it the machine. Because when it's all operating as one, you can see the parts functioning. You can see the team functioning as one. As I said, the positioning of the players. You just watch. Just have a look off the ball. They know their positions. They know the formation. They know who's going up for corners. Or Connell. Or Barnett will step back. It's all organised. There's a strategy there. There's an understanding there. The positioning, the formation, the effort from the players, the implementation of the tactics and the strategy is what's working. There's a clear strategy, there's a clear formation. Players have been brought in for this formation. They understand their job and they execute it. They are levels above this league. And so are Notts County, to their credit. But Wrexham are too good for this league now. There's been too much investment. There's too much quality. They're clearly too good, as they've shown now over 2 seasons. They've been in the top 2 for 2 seasons. They've been challenging for 2 seasons. They're going to win the league. They're going to get promoted. Sod's law, the team who finishes second will lose in the playoffs by a bizarre game like Grimsby last year. The team that finishes second will lose in the lottery that is the playoffs. It's sod's law. It's unfortunate. Both Notts County and Wrexham deserve to go up, but I think only one will, and I think it'll be Wrexham. The playoffs will do Notts County. But Wrexham are just far too good now. They're far too dominant. They are controlling games with ease. They were fantastic today. They're going to win the league. 100 points, 105 goals. Get in there. Cheers, guys, and I'll see you on the next video.